Enter the chicken.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back to round 2 of the round-robin stage of the HeiHei tournament. Game 1 with Bodyguard Unit vs Rainbow Chicken was a straightforward win. Now we're on to Game 5, which is Tuk Tuk Goose versus HeiHei support line. Ruby Amber versus Amber Sapphire. Will it be the ramp? Will it be the goose? Let's find out. Kicking off the first game, I'll be playing with support line versus Tuk Tuk Goose. This is going to be probably one of the most interesting games of the series, and I really like that starting line. We're going to go for it. Actually going to start off by inking the Queen, playing out the King Candy. The King Candy tech in this deck is actually pretty nice, and we're going to see what happens from there. Inking Jim, turn 1, straight into a boat snack. Okay, not a problem, absolutely fine. Meanwhile, back to our turn. Do get... Oh, Wendy Darling this early on is actually quite nice. We are going to ink one of our not-so-tricky chickens, and I think we go straight into Tipo, and we ramp. And if we ramp, I think we ramp Donald, because we don't have a lot of aggro plays this early on. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do that, we're going to ink the Donald, and do we quest for Candy? I think we do. I think we just quest for King Candy, get on the board, nice and early, and go. Interesting start. Interesting start. Best Taffeta, no locations, no -1. And that will hurt that deck. If they don't have locations, that deck is going to struggle. But if they're able to build up their board presence with characters, then get the right locations out, they suddenly become incredibly scary. So don't sleep on the boat snacks. Those boat snacks are very intimidating. We got Simba. Don't think we need Simba this early on either, because we don't exactly have any big boys to worry about. So we're going to ink Simba. I think we actually go straight into Tala. And we use Tala effect. We can go into another Tala. That's absolutely fine. I don't think we need Tipo this early on. I think we're actually doing okay. I think what we're going to do here, we will actually challenge Candy into Boat Snack. Because the boat snacks can be intimidating. I've learned this. Seeing the tournament nice and early, the boat snacks are quite scary. Quest for 1 with Tipo, so we stay in control of the board. Over to their turn. Their Speedway. Finish line is now up, but we do need starting line preferably to get the engine going. Boat snack will quest. Support +1 onto Taffeta. And Taffeta into Tipo maybe? Oh my god, their starting line. Oh no, starting line and finish line, they're both up. Oh, is he going to switch? We're going to do it? Are we going to do it? No. No, you're not. You're going to swing into the child. Okay. Okay. Both characters into Speedway. Did not go to finish line. Wanted to control the board against the child. Okay. Now we have another Queen. Queen's kind of dead to us at the moment. I think we might actually risk putting out Wendy Darling, because I think we can put out Wendy and then we can take out the locations as well. I like that idea. Ink the Queen, play out the Wendy Darling so we have some support play. And you know what? We might actually get out the not-so-tricky chicken, just so we have more characters on board that can just bop. I don't mind that idea. Okay, with this in mind, we don't have King Candy in hand. So with that in mind, I think I'm happy to actually sack the King. So we're going to sack the King into the boat snack, just to get the character off. And we'll actually do the same with Tala. We'll actually knock the Taffeta off as well, just so that's gone. With those two locations, we're not gaining passive lore. We're in a good state. Wendy Darling can buff up Tala to basically get rid of the starting line Speedway, which is handy. There's Minnie Mouse. She's going to be scary. She's going to be scary because of a location tech. So with that in mind, starting line needs to go. Starting line definitely needs to go. I think we play out another Tala. Use Tala's effect. We get... Ooh. I think we actually get out the second Wendy, just to deal with these pesky locations. We risk it by inking the Simba. And then we kind of go ham here. So what I'm going to do, We're going to quest with Wendy for 2, so our presence on board goes up. Use support to support the not-so-tricky chicken. We're then going to tackle with chicken into starting line, so you cannot benefit off a finishing line. And then Tala's just going to quest for 1. So we set ourselves up for 5. We now have a pretty darn good, reliable way to get rid of the locations. That's another finish line. That's okay. That is... Oh my god. And another... Oh no. That's scary. That is actually scary. What the hell? And then, yeah. Okay. Minnie will tackle into Wendy. That's actually a terrible play for our opponent. So we could just casually quest now and not worry a lot. Wow, and we get our perfect freeze. Let's just play everything. So we get out the Alice, Savvy Sailor, and we get out the other Wendy. We're good. We are absolutely good. We are fine to go. I will probably still get rid of the starting line. Because if I get rid of a starting line, there is no way our opponent will be able to recover this soon. It just sets up things very nicely. We can take our time. We can absolutely take our time with support line. We are in no danger here whatsoever. There's Underworld. We're still in no danger. We can just keep aggroing. We can probably just support the chicken to get rid of the Underworld, which is a good move. And there you go. Now we have Cogsworth. We have Resist. This is cracked. This is actually cracked. Okay, so we're going to Wendy Darling. So 3... Add an extra 3 onto one of the Grandmas. So that one of the Grandmas can tackle into Underworld, get out of the way, our opponent doesn't get the passive law. Done. With that in mind, we then quest with Alice. Alice will then give +1 on ward to Chicken. Chicken will quest for 2. And then Tala will quest for 1. Yeah, this is an insanely strong board. We pretty much have game. And yeah, our opponent can't do it. Managing the locations early on basically just saves our bacon. Might as well see what cards we get off of King Candy here. Why not? We get a King Candy and a Donald. Let's get rid of a King Candy, just in case. Just in case, but we've won. We've absolutely won anyway. So we'll quest with Cogsworth, quest with Alice. Alice will buff up Wendy, and Wendy will go for 20. Done. Support line, game 1. Perfect play, perfect use of effects and everything else. Beautifully done. I actually don't think Tuk Tuk Goose is going to do it. I think Tuk Tuk Goose is a little bit too slow and a little bit combo heavy to manage against this deck in this matchup. But we'll see what happens. We're going to flip the decks round for round 2. Okay, here we go. The rematch. Game number 2. Round 2 of the round robin. Tuk Tuk Goose versus HeiHei support line. I'm now playing with Tuk Tuk Goose. And that is a starting lineup I don't like. We have finish line, we have some pretty nice cards, but we are reliant on having the right locations out. We do have a 1-drop Taffeta, so we can at least start off that way. That's not too bad. We might actually be okay. I'm willing to keep the hand, but I think we need to make some very specific inking plays to make this work out, and we start off with inking Pride Lands. Bit of a hit, but I think we have to do it. When we play our Taffeta, again a bit of a hit, because we don't have the location out to benefit, but I think we just need to set up our character lines as soon as we can. As soon as we set up characters, we can set up locations, and as soon as we can set up both, we're good to go. There's Boat Snack, the scariest boy. Okay, we do have Neverland. Neverland's fantastic. We will probably ink out... We'll ink out Accidental Explorer for the moment because we don't need him yet. And I'm kind of tempted to just do Neverland. But also I could set up finish line if I want, but I'm not going to benefit off of it this soon. I think we just play Neverland, because then Neverland will allow us to gain passive lore. It sets up a location, and we can play Fix-It Felix or Vanellope next turn. And I think we're best playing out Felix to get a card draw, and then seeing where we go from there. Because depending on where we go from there, we can then ink another card and play out finishing line, so we have finishing line set up. Not So Tricky Chicken is also now out. Okay, we got Daisy. Not the best thing I would want at this moment in time, in fairness. Right. I think what we do, we play out Felix, get the card draw. We get the shift taffeta. Interesting. Interesting. We gain extra lore now. We can benefit off of taffeta? And I think we benefit off of taffeta more than we do Vanellope. So it's worth inking Vanellope. And we might as well play out Daisy so we have some more aggro plays. And with that in mind, we actually don't do anything with taffeta. We just pass. We just pass. Because if Neverland stays up, we can shift taffeta, move into Neverland, gain 2 lore. And then that sets us up for finishing line. See, I've already got the combos set up in my head. Chickens are questing. There's a child. Ink's Chernobog. Okay, so they don't have any recycle tech anymore. Their one Chernobog's gone. But they don't necessarily need it, so we need to bear that in mind as well. Second Neverland, perfect. Do I ink that Neverland? I think I'm going to have to, for the sake of this turn. We're going to ink the Neverland. Bit of a hit. But we're then going to shift taffeta. So now we have Big Taff. We are then going to move taffeta into Neverland to set things up, and we gain 2 lore. Go to 5. Perfect. Actually perfect. We are now a 3-3, but I don't think we're capable of tackling into anyone just yet. So what I'm also going to do, I'm also going to move Felix into Neverland. And I think what we do here is we definitely quest with Daisy to set up the aggro pace. I think we also quest with Fix It Felix. Damn, we give him a King Candy. Youch, that's a bit scary. I think we also quest with Felix. I still think we hold out on taffeta, because next turn we can play our finishing line and threaten. This is the thing now. Okay, he actually swung into Felix with Boat Snack. So, okay, Fix It Felix will go. 1 damage onto the chickens. That's not bad, actually. Not too bad. Inks a sail. And plays out King Candy. Yeah, makes sense. Draw 2, put back 1. That's fine. That is absolutely fine. Not a problem for us whatsoever. Next turn for us is going to be essential. We need something good. Go to 9. What do we get? We get Speedway. Okay, cool. We've got the setup. Okay. So I can just play out Speedway and starting line and finish line. So that's perfect. We can then move taffeta into 0 cost Speedway. Gain 2 lore. It's not a once per turn either, is it? No, it's not. So that's fantastic. Then, this is where we have big boy plays happening. Activate Speedway, hit taffeta. Taffeta then goes in a finish line. We then gain 3 cards and 3 lore. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. What a hand to pull into. Now, with that in mind, I think we ink Pride Lands. And then we play the other taffeta so that our opponent loses a lore and they're on the back end. So on the back foot, we then quest with Daisy with 116. Beautiful. What a way for this combo heavy deck to make a comeback versus Rainbow Chicken. This is so interesting. But then I think what we do is taffeta moves then back into Speedway. It is only a hard once per turn. That's absolutely fine. And we also move Daisy into Speedway. And we move the other taffeta into Speedway. Now we just threat. We sit on Speedway. We threaten with all the Speedway tech. And we can just manage that for next turn. Plays out Alice a little bit too late in my opinion. But we'll soon find out. Candy Quest for 2. Plays out another not so tricky chicken. They need to at least get rid of taffeta this turn, I believe. In order to really set the groundwork. Oh, he's going to do it. No, he tackles into... What? You tackled into Speedway? Did you just give us the win? I think he just gave us the win. Rainbow Chicken just gave... Oh, now we definitely got the win with Tuk Tuk. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Yeah. So, if I'm correct, even then, if I just do move taffeta into Neverland, gain 2, yeah, we win. Just as easy as that. The combo isn't too crazy. What card would you have gone? You would have gone Big Simba, but it's fine. We win. Beautiful stuff. It's a 1-1. Rainbow Chicken versus Speedway. Tuk Tuk Goose is making a comeback. We're on to game 3 with Rainbow Chicken again. I'm going to flip a coin, see which deck I'm playing, and we're going to go straight there. Interesting. I have to apologize, I've been getting the names mixed up myself, but I think it's because I'm just hyped on the rainbow deck actually getting a win in round 1. Support line versus Tuk Tuk Go. Support line I'm now playing as for game 3 versus Tuk Tuk Go. This is going to be very interesting to see how this goes. So, starting us off with our mulligans, this is a hard hand. We do have the Queen 1-2 combo. That's really good. That is actually really good. I think we mulligan 1 Alice because we don't need 2. And I think that's the only mulligan we make. I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. We are good. Okay. I think we're absolutely good. We're probably going to ink the Not So Tricky Chicken. We'll play out turn 1 Queen. Next turn, we're guaranteed Queen. Even if we don't even necessarily need to quest next turn, we can just set up Queen and sit. Yo, we can take out Neverland next turn. This is perfect. Wow. Okay. So here we go. We're going to ink a small Queen. Shift play into Big Queen. Big Queen challenges into Neverland, gets rid of it. What a play. What a way to kick things off. Just look at Tuk Tuk Goose and say, no, you're not getting it. Turn 2, what do they play? Starting line. Okay. Do they have a 1-drop to go with it? Double starting line. Interesting. We mustn't have a lot of other options, which helps us. We're going to ink King Candy. Then we're going to do this. I'm actually going to play Donald. We're going to use Donald effect on Queen. We're going to quest with Donald, and then quest with Queen, go to free lore. Set up the pace, nice and early. Might as well use the effect. We get a +4 regardless. And then next turn, I reckon we could just go into Savvy Sayer Alice and set up more of a presence. I don't think we need to set up too many bodyguards this time round for the support line. I think we can just go ham. Felix being in Speedway is a little bit intimidating, but I think we're going to be okay. I think we're absolutely okay. Queen can just keep questing and buff up our Donald, and Donald can just start taking out the Speedways. That's perfectly fine. Don't think we're going to need Simba. Definitely need Alice to just help with Queen questing every turn. So then, quest with Queen, go to 5. We then use the effect, lower Felix, buff up Donald. Donald swings into one of the Speedways, knocks it out. Beautiful stuff. That's all we need to do. This is the perfect setup for controlling this kind of game. Absolutely mental. Tuk Tuk comes out, goes into Speedway, gives Felix for plus. That could bop the Queen. Oh no, we don't, because we have Bodyguard. Of course we do. That's why Donald was clutch. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect. We were ready for the Tuk Tuk play. Absolutely fine. Now we have resist +1 on our guys with Cogsworth, and I think that's fine. So we're going to ink Tipo. We're going to play Cogsworth. Now we have the ideal line. And we just go Alice, go to 7, use effect, put it on the Queen, quest with Queen, go to 10, Queen effect, we might as well just trigger it, we're not going to gain any pluses anyway. We could consider now bopping with Cogsworth if we so need to. Kind of want another character to bop rather than those two though. But we are sitting on 10 lore. That's really strong. 10-0 is nice. That's now Pride Lands and Underworld. Felix questing for 1 and Tuk Tuk questing for 1. Opponent just has nothing in hand. I think we've beaten Tuk Tuk Goose. I think this is a oh wow, we just got into another Donald. Yeah, this is mad. So we just do the Donald. We do the effect, we hit Queen. We just hit up Queen and we go into bodyguard mode. We might as well play Sail just to see what we get on the card draw. We get a King Candy. You know what? That's fine. That sets us up for next turn beautifully. Then we're going to quest with Alice. Go to 12. We Alice effect onto Queen. We quest for 2 with Cogsworth. And then we quest for 4 with the Queen. Go to 18. Minus on 1, plus on the other. Not that it matters. We win. HeiHei support line is actually scary. This is so clutch. It has some aggro plays. The support with the Queen is actually mad. Oh my lord. Don't sleep on the Queens. Don't you sleep on those Queens. I'm loving it. Ooh. Fix It Felix, Bopping Donald. You have to do more, though. You have to do so much more because we win. We just win on Cogsworth alone this turn. Yeah, we do it. Done. Beautiful. Smooth, easy wins for HeiHei's support line. Mad. I'm loving this support deck. I think it's actually super solid. Beautifully done. Great, easy matchup. I just don't think Tuk Tuk Go had the right stuff. But wow. Wow, wow, wow. What a series of games. Beautifully done. Another one for round 2 over and done with. I'm going to see you guys for the last game of round 2. But this tournament is so hype. I hope you're enjoying it. Let me know in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe, stay awesome, stay explosive. I'm seeing you guys next time.